This is your video orientation to LJS 494 from the Schoenberg collection and the Kislak Center for Special Collections, Rare Books and Manuscripts in the University of Pennsylvania Libraries. LJS 494 is a Hebrew translation of Johannes de Sacrobosco's Sphera Mundi, which is a fundamental treatise on medieval astronomy and cosmology. The original was written in the 13th century, and so this is much later. This was written in northern Italy in the second quarter of the 15th century, and that is based on the watermarks of the paper. So we'll see a lot of the diagrams that appear in other copies of Sacrobosco also appear here. We actually have a few different copies. I believe all the other ones are in Latin, so this may be our only Hebrew copy. Let's see. It's also followed by a 13th century philosophical work that was a popular introduction to science, which was originally written in Hebrew, I think. There are occasions, here's another nice diagram there. One thing that's sort of interesting about this manuscript is that the quires, this is obviously a much more recent binding. This is a 20th century binding. But the quires have actually been, instead of being bound together, they have been attached to these paper stubs, which are then bound in the binding. I don't think I've seen this before. Some 20th century effort, I think, to make it a little bit easier to manage. And it is. It's just a little bit strange. And in fact, there's only, I think, 2 quires and a total of maybe 20 pages. And then the rest of the book is filled up with blank pages, which is sort of interesting. The script is an Ashkenazic semi-cursive script, which is probably another reason that we can locate it to Italy, because by the 15th century, the Ashkenazi Jews who had originally been in Spain and Portugal, a large number of them had moved to Italy. Marginal note there. If you'd like to find out more about LJS 494, you can visit Franklin, where there is a complete description of the manuscript and a link to the digital copy. This has been your video orientation to LJS 494.